Well, and it's one of those things where what I tell people is there's no panacea anywhere. And everything that you do have has risk. And so, one of the main things that we are pushing right now from my shop is the concept of vendor management. And when we think of vendor management, we think of, are they going to do what they say? What are the performance metrics? What if, do we get any discounts or penalties if they don't perform the, blah, blah, 99.99% uptime. But the other thing that we preach about vendor management is understanding their cybersecurity posture, right? And making sure that their posture is correct and at the levels you need it to be. Because if they're not, it's just that whole thing about the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And your vendors are part of your chain. And I think people understand that. And no longer, we at the law firm get questionnaires from clients. And there was a time where we never got cybersecurity questionnaires, right? Now we get them all the time, especially from financial institutions around cybersecurity. And it's not just fill out the questionnaire. They start to inquire. They want to see the pen testing that we've done. If we say we've done pen testing, they want to see the results. They want to, if we say we have, kind of endpoint detection on our network, well, with whom? Who's doing it? How often? What are the parameters around that? And I think increasingly, depending upon your risk profile for a company, you need to start asking those questions of your vendors. And, the story that I highlight once, and I'm not going to say who the cloud services provider was, but I got a call from a client. They had tried to log in to the system, software as a service, and their login credentials took them to another company's, space and their software. And so they asked me, they said, well, what should we do? Should we log out, or should we let the company know, the vendor? Should we let the other company know? And my question to them was, okay, if you can log in using your credentials and get to some other company's information, why do you think that somebody else can't log in with their credentials and get to your information, right? That's the bigger question here that we need to answer is how secure is your information, given that others that are using this service is not secure. And so, if you're using software as a service, you still need to go through those, what I would call those basic security protocols. And depending upon if that software as a service is mission critical, then you need to go and do additional steps to validate the security profile of that vendor, because you could be down because of that vendor, and your enterprise could be out of business. And what I always say, I forget who it was a bank robber, Willie Sutton, I think it was. Say, well, why do you rob banks? And the answer was, well, that's where the money is. And so now, if you're going to rob the cybersecurity bank, why go after company A or company B? Because if you can hit that vendor, that software as a service provider that has thousands of clients, if you can hit them, the proverbial bank, then you get access to all the safety deposit boxes. And so, that software as a service is good. It could be very good, but you still have to do your due diligence, and there's no substitute for it.